What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you ever so much for stopping by and listening to the stuff that I've got to say. I really do appreciate it, as ever. So, I picked up a load of subs yesterday. Really pleased about that. Really edging towards that 1,000 now. So if you haven't done so yet, if you could hit the subscribe button, if you could like the video for me as well. And any comments that you want to make, please feel free, leave them in the comment section down below. So today has kind of hit the nail on the head as to why I don't like doing transfer news and updates, because shit starts to happen, and if you're not sat at your desk ready to go, you can be so late to the party with it. It's unbelievable. I've just gotten back from Warrington with my family. I've been to Gulliver's World with my little boy, having an absolutely phenomenally good time. The little lad is 5 and he, patiently waiting to go on rides. Went on a roller coaster like a trooper. Went on some other rides like an absolute trooper. Just really fun afternoon. And then, as you do, you check in sort of Twitter and your socials as it moves out. And it turns out that the Archie Gray deal to Brentford is off. I'm like, well, what's going on here? Why is this? It was all but confirmed yesterday. So allegedly, it's because the terms of the payment, I believe, were not agreed with Leeds. So Leeds wanted, I would probably say, if it's coming from Brentford, probably, and that's nothing against Brentford, but a large chunk of it as a down payment, and then the rest in add-ons and extras and so on and so forth. So that deal has been rejected out of hand. Now, the interesting thing about it is that what it does is that it instantly brings other clubs into the mix. It instantly brings or alerts other clubs. And given, obviously, the meltdown yesterday, and listen, as a fan, I am as objectively upset about Archie leaving as you could absolutely imagine a person to be. I would love him to be at Leeds for at least another season. We all know he wants to play at Leeds, but we have to get over the fact of sentimentality. We have to understand that football isn't like what it used to be. Football is a business, and a business has to be seen to be run profitably, which means that decisions will often get made that we as fans don't agree with, that we don't like. And this is one of those very decisions. So, as it would appear, Tottenham are now in the offing. I think that, by all accounts, again, this is allegedly. This isn't proof that something is happening. This is just allegedly for all of the people in the back. Personal terms and everything, there's no issues with that. Deal will probably be, in terms of the same value, exactly the same. And I wouldn't be surprised, and again, this is me just absolutely, speculating on what's potentially happening here. I wouldn't be surprised if this is what Leeds want, because what it means is we can go, all right, you give us 20 million, give us Joe Rodon, and give us Skip, for argument's sake. It's not a bad bit of business, that, in the turn. Yes, there's the sentimental side of us that doesn't want that to happen and wants Archie to stay. But the PSR side of things is, it's a big deal. And whether we like it or not, it's here to stay. The PSR side of stuff was supposed to be about making it a level playing field for clubs. And it doesn't make it that anymore. What it does is it keeps clubs in their place. If you adhere to the rules, it keeps you in the place where PSR thinks you should be. And the thing that's annoying about it, and I'm going to sound like I'm whinging about this, but it's not. If you cheat, you prosper. End of story. Look what happened to Everton. 10-point deduction. It never came to 10 points. It came to other amount of points because they way outspent what they actually needed. And if certain points deductions had come in when they were supposed to have done, then, different story. It might have happened. Leicester, absolutely cheated their way in terms of not the team. The team performed and did well to get the points that they needed to get to where they needed to go. However, the financial side of it is just not right at all. They'll get a points deduction, or they'll be on for a points deduction. They'll argue that point. Nottingham Forest exactly the same as well. And then you've got Manchester City, 115 charges, and yet nothing has come of that yet, other than the ability for them to, win trophies and just be dominant in the league. And now they've got the cheek to take the FA or the Premier League to court because of those reasons. So get the sentimentality out of your head. As much as you want it to be that way, you have to get it out of your head, because it just doesn't live that way anymore. Football is a business. It's so sanitised now, it's not even funny. It's so difficult for us to support our teams, with wear our hearts on our sleeves. And we all do, all of us do it. But, it's the way of the world at the moment. It's a business, and we have to do the right things. And yes, I get it. People are going to say, well, we could sell X, Y, and Z. But on the face of it, getting rid of one player, and again, this doesn't mean that I agree with it, because I don't. Getting rid of one player and potentially bringing in two on top of that, then having the ability, because profit and sustainability has, quote unquote, been taken care of being able to basically set your price for Cree and to set your price for Nonto. And again, I'm going to speculate this. I don't expect Cree to be here at the end of the transfer window. I just don't. So it's my 2 cents. But I think that potentially the club are thinking that if we lose, and again, I'm speculating, if we lose one player but bring in two, but only have to lose that one player, then surely that's better, and there's a bit more positivity around that. That's and again, that's probably me trying to be ever the optimist that I am, because given what I've just said with regards to football being a business and the way that it's run, that's how it is now. It's a revenue-making machine. That's what football is. So, yeah, that's where we're at with it. So, at the moment, it looks as though Tottenham are the ones now leading the race. Chelsea are also interested as well. Dortmund have suddenly gone very quiet. I'm sure Bayern Munich were looking at him as well. But what I think the Brentford thing did, and with the way that the club had agreed to things. Now, again, take the fact that we don't want him to leave out of this equation and look at it from a pure business perspective. The club could have technically just been absolutely eternally clever in the way that they've conducted this business, because going through the Brentford route has suddenly brought in these other players, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, whatever, has suddenly brought in these other teams to the table, which means that the options for us then become better, which then hopefully should lessen the blow. And I know it sounds like I'm trying to defend the owners, but I'm trying to look at it from a business perspective and not just as a fan. I've said it a million times. As a fan, I'm gutted that he would be leaving. I'm gutted that him and his brother probably aren't going to get the chance to play in a Leeds United team together, which would be absolutely incredible, by the way. But that's where we seem to be with it now. So Tottenham so far, it's just a case of sorting it out, and the two clubs talking to each other. But as we know, Daniel Levy is a pain in the bollock, and whether or not that sorts itself out, we'll have to wait and see. But it gives us the Tottenham side of stuff gives us some options in terms of what we could demand and what we could bring in. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on the situation. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed the video, please also like it. That helps with the algorithm for me. I'm getting ever and ever closer to that 1K subscribers. So subscribe as well. And, yeah, take care of each other, and I will speak to you soon. Cheers.